Hello and welcome to Rainy Tuesdays. I'm Ryan and I'm here with Adam and Margot. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know why I'm doing the sing-songy thing with my voice.
I was gonna try to sing songy in return, but I just couldn't think of a way to do it.
You sprung it on us too fast. We weren't prepared for the bit.
I needed lyrics. Oh man. How are you guys?
Doing good.
How's it going?
Yeah. Not bad.
It's final season for
It
y'all.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it stressful? Is it subpar? Is it like
It's just annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like annoying, tedious. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, I'm not stressed. Like, I think I'll do fine. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like Adam, you're probably in the same boat of, like, having done this so many, like,
Yeah.
semesters to years, like,
Definitely.
I get past it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just doing it. I have 2 on Thursday on the same day, so that's annoying.
That is annoying.
Oh, that is annoying.
Yeah, that was one of the first times I ever like spent time in our library at our college, is when I had like 2 finals pretty much back to back, but there was like 30 minutes between them, so I was like, I don't want to go all the way back to my dorm and then just like then back to the same building, so I guess I'll just like hang out in the library.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. Yeah, I don't know, I never really got the final stress. Like it's probably because like liberal arts there was a lot of papers, and like maybe a test, but yeah, I never really got like concerned.
Yeah, I wasn't really like that in undergrad. I mean, beginning of law school, I was, because
Sure. Well, it's like all
and
there.
it's the only grade you ever have is your final, so
Yeah.
a lot of pressure. But
Right.
now I'm used to it. Kind of don't care anymore. First time in my life I'm getting like senioritis. I just don't have any motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult. And I have 3 finals total. One's already done, 2 left, and one of those is open note. So I'm like, man,
you're fine.
I really don't even want to study for that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, fair. Glad to hear that it's not like a stressful time. Sorry to hear that it is an annoying time. But before we get into the meat of today's episode, a lot of media has come out, and that's probably the biggest way for us to catch up because it's been a while since we've recorded. That Wednesday Addams show. Thoughts? I don't think any of us have seen it.
have not seen it.
We have not seen
Neither
it.
have
I said before we started that I've seen incessant advertising for it, which has made me not want to watch it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have not seen many ads for it at all. I've just seen people talking about it on TikTok.
It started to creep in my TikTok as well.
And I don't care.
Yeah, I don't particularly care. I mean, I'm waiting for someone I know to watch it and be like, oh, it's actually pretty good, for me to maybe care. But
so like I have some friends who have seen it, and older friends are like, wow, great writing, this is good. Younger friends are like, they're poking fun of Gen Z in a way that is not at all Gen Z. Like, it's very much like, oh, these kids on their phones, kind of writing about Gen Z, which like I get, but it's not necessarily relatable writing for people our age to watch, I guess. So I don't know. Curious to see.
I think my sister's watching it, so I'll have to ask her.
Ask her about that. Yeah.
But the people who have been talking about it on my TikTok are younger, so
fascinating.
It seems like it's resonating with people. I don't know.
Fair enough. It could just be weird people that give me reviews then. But I don't know. I think the biggest thing that I'm not like into, I guess, is I've just never understood the Addams Family hype, which just flat out made me not interested in the Wednesday hype. So like it was never going to be like a show for me. But like the whole joke about the Addams Family is it's like they're the exact opposite of what you'd expect from an all-American family, and like that means they're a good family, but ooh, they're spooky, you know? Like it's like, oh, the husband actually loves his wife. How quirky is that? Instead of a lot of media where it's like the old ball and chain kind of jokes. And it's just, I don't know, it's never really like gotten me. So that's my review of not having seen the show and probably never will.
I mean, if I hear good things, I might be interested, but I probably still won't watch it just because I have so many other things to watch.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It's really like there's still stuff I have to watch that Netflix put out like 2 months ago.
Right. Like Love is Blind.
Wow. The Midnight Club is apparently pretty good. My girlfriend wanted to watch the Watcher show.
Oh yeah.
That might fall to the wayside though, because Too Hot to Handle is coming out. So
right.
that takes priority.
Fair. Last thing about the Wednesday show, and this is not about the Wednesday show per se, so much as a beef I have with TikTok, is that they're really into diagnosing characters with different things. And like collectively, a lot of the TikToks that I've seen are like, Wednesday Addams is autistic. And like they like will not hear any other news on it. And it's just like, I don't know how to feel about it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a common internet thing today in general. Like, I don't think it's isolated to TikTok, but
I just haven't seen it much on like Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Twitter is probably a bigger sphere for that, and like Tumblr. But that's been going on for a while. But I also don't understand that. There's like such a drive to be like, this person has this,
right?
Whatever, or often putting sexualities on people as well. I don't know. I don't really get it.
Yeah. And it's like one thing if it's like canon within the show, right? Or like if people are like, I relate to this person because of this thing they do, and I have this thing, so maybe it's like that. I don't know. But like to just be like, I will not like hear any other opinions. This person has like this thing for sure. Whether like no matter what it be, I've seen all the different possible diagnoses for a bunch of different characters, and it's like, I don't know, it feels weird to me, and that's all. I haven't seen it yet with like celebrities, but my friends have told me they've seen it with celebrities,
like real people.
Yeah, like they're diagnosing real people from like interviews. And I'm like, that's even
worse.
Way worse. Yeah, like that's taking it way too far. Like characters are one thing, at least they're not being personally like affected
this isn't a real
by
person.
hearing
It doesn't
that.
matter if you have a discourse about what disorder they might have.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing that I've seen going around. And that's my thesis so far, is that feels strange.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Seems odd. But oh well. So today I thought we could write another movie.
Heck yeah.
But it's December. Which I think means we have to write a Christmas movie to be bought by Netflix. As always, this is a pitch. Netflix, we hope you're listening.
Yeah, Netflix.
Sorry, we just trash talked a show of yours that we're not going to watch, except maybe some of us will. Buy our stuff. So I figured we could either go through the like list that I had again and like roll d20s again and somehow make the setting Christmas time, or we can just write a Christmas movie, no other plots. What do you guys prefer?
My question was, is this like a movie about Santa, or is this like a Hallmark movie that we're trying to go for?
I think that's the first question. Is actually, I'm gonna set a timer for, what do you guys think, like 35 minutes to also talk about what Rain on Our Parade's after?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, and go. So yeah, do we want this to be a like magical, like Santa Claus-esque, or like the puppet Christmas movies, or anything like that? Or is this a love story? A puppet Hallmark movie? A little
breaking new
hybrid?
ground there.
Hallmark's not I didn't realize Hallmark releases like 3 new movies every day.
Yeah, no, I think it's like 130 something are coming out this year alone. Crazy. Too many.
Wild. My parents love Hallmark movies. I don't understand it, but they love them. And I went home like recently, and they were talking about like, I can't believe it, we're already behind on our Hallmark movies, and I was like, oh my god. You'll have all year to catch up.
I am right there with your parents.
You like Hallmark movies?
I love Hallmark movies.
Okay, fair enough.
They're so bad. They're so cheesy. They're so popcorn consumable. Like, nothing hard about them to watch, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just easy, mindless fun. And who wouldn't love that? I don't know.
That's fair.
Oh, man. Like, you also could come in halfway through, and you'd still get it.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch the whole movie.
Same plot every time.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, oh, big city gal. She's at a farm right now with some guy. The farm is struggling. She's got to help. Okay. Like, it's great. It's a good time.
What if we did a reverse Hallmark movie?
Tell me more.
Guy moves to the big city and finds the spirit of Christmas.
Okay. Does he hate the does he need to find the spirit of Christmas, or does he need to show the city the spirit of Christmas?
I think he needs to find
it.
It's like, this Christmas tree farm, just not it. Where's the Christmas? Can't find it. I need to get down to the consumerist base root of this.
Yeah. Like,
go into Macy's in downtown Chicago.
Okay. So, small town boy from Iowa running a Christmas tree farm goes to Chicago. I think that's like hometown turf. You guys know what you're writing. Like, I've been there once. I've seen the bean.
Is it even Macy's? I should be correct on that.
It has like Marshall Fields, which is like a Marshall store.
That's what I'm thinking of.
We need to have a montage.
They have like the giant Christmas tree inside, and they have like little displays on their windows outside.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Marshall Fields. Either way, that's what I was thinking of.
A store that starts with an M. Unless we can get sponsored, we shouldn't necessarily use the store's name.
All right. Generic store that happens to do all of the same things as this other
store. Okay, so we do a little montage when he finally gets to the big city of like all the people walking around Chicago, the Starbucks that's giant with their little like Christmas like garland up it, the bean. I'm sure there's an ice skating rink somewhere.
Yeah, but why is he going to the city?
That's a great question. Do we still want the saving the farm aspect of these Hallmark movies? Like, is he like trying to get?
What if he's like, the farm is too successful, and so it should become a big business? There's no saving the farm. It's fine. He has to go save like their generic office company in the middle of the city.
Wait. What if this is like post another Hallmark movie where the farm has been saved, but it's because some big Chicagoan businessman has like funded them, and he needs to go and like do a business proposal of like, hey, please keep funding us. You have been wonderful in this past year since last Christmas with our last Hallmark movie. Like, hey, you know?
I like the idea of this guy being like the son of the couple from the Hallmark movie.
Okay.
And the Christmas tree farm is exploding because they have so much Christmas spirit, and so he's like, "Well, I hate Christmas now because they're a bit much."
They're all
I go
over
to the city, and then he meets someone, and he has to save their non-Christmas related business, and in so doing, finds the spirit of Christmas.
I think that's amazing. Okay. So he's the son. The beginning of the movie starts off with like classic granny narrator voice, like going on about his parents' love story, and it's like, and they lived happily ever after and had a beautiful son until they found out he hated Christmas, and Jingle Bell Rock starts playing, and like,
Mom, Dad, I don't want to grow Christmas trees.
Yeah, I don't want to sell these trees anymore. We only make profit 1 month out of the year. I want to learn how to be a real capitalist. Okay, so then he goes to Chicago. Who does he meet? Or what is he trying to find in Chicago, if not the Christmas spirit? Because that's got to be an accident.
Maybe he's just trying to get away. Like, they have some crazy like Christmas festival in his hometown. He's like, I don't want any of that. I'm gonna go to the city where there's less Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he knows that from his father, who was from the city, who then met his mother, who worked at the farm. And so his father's like, the city hates Christmas. You don't want to go there. And he's like, yes, I do.
That's the only place I want to go.
I like the idea that like every scene that's in the city is at like a different like iconic Chicago landmark.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. What like are other iconic
like Rome or Paris?
Right. Yeah. Wait, like, what are other iconic Chicagoan places?
Outside the John Hancock building, outside the Sears Tower, outside Wrigley Field.
Guys, the one and only time that I've been to Chicago, they wouldn't let us up in the Sears Tower because it was windy.
Huh.
I mean, I think the buildings do move.
They do,
yeah. But it's literally the windy city. Why do you have a tower that you can't go in if there's wind?
Sometimes it's windier than other days. Windy.
I was just so insulted. I was like, I just want to go up the big tower. It's fun. But okay, so I love it. A bunch of iconic.
Bean. You got Portillo's. You got like on a boat in a canal. Just every scene. They don't even have to be like connected to each other. Just
I like it. Yeah. They're just walking
Christmas.
Through somewhere there's like a hot dog cart for like y'all's completely loaded hot dogs. I didn't see those when I went to Chicago, but it is
market.
Everyone's interpretation. Ooh, okay, yeah. Wait, that's got to be like the final scene.
Oh,
because that's like the Christmassiest location.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I have an idea. My idea is that this is essentially an anti-Hallmark Christmas movie, but in so doing ends up the same way. So like he goes to the city and instead of saving a business, he wants to kill a business. It's like a crime thriller. Some very like Christmas oriented business is actually committing like tax fraud on the side, and he meets someone with like the prosecution, and they're like, we're gonna take down this rogue business.
I thought we were going like a Christmas heist.
Heist works too. I like heists.
Okay, wait, we can't do another heist. We just had a heist in our last movie.
Heists are just so good.
Yes. I think every other movie. I think
you should watch Andor.
I think we should make every other movie a heist movie, which would make this a non-heist movie.
Gotcha. So this will be a legal crime thriller.
A legal crime thriller is totally fine. Yeah. It's heist adjacent, but not a heist film. Okay. So let's flesh out his love interest a little bit. Who are they? Like, no thoughts? Do they like Christmas or not? That's a good start. It's not the bean.
The bean is personified into a human, and that's the love interest.
He falls in love with the city of Chicago.
Oh my god.
I think we could go either way. They could like Christmas, they could not like Christmas, they could be the city of Chicago.
Oh my god, okay. I think they've got to be a person.
I feel like they could be generally indifferent to Christmas, and they sort of stumble into finding their own personal meaning of Christmas that is not necessarily his parents' like Christmas celebration festival, Christmas tree farm idea of Christmas.
Yeah.
They kind of not like make their own holiday, but they figure out something that they like when neither of them really cares.
Okay. I like it. Okay, I think that's nice. Alrighty, who let's flesh out the company he's trying to take down then.
Okay,
I don't know. Tax fraud? Is it like illegal elf usage? Should we bring Santa into this?
I was actually just thinking about that. So my idea is gonna be in some way they are pretending to be maybe Santa, because I like the idea of we have them on trial and their defense is, well, Santa's real and we'll prove it in court, and then the prosecution just like smacks them down and makes all their arguments BS, and then Santa himself maybe shows up to be like, no, you're wrong. Okay, so maybe they're somehow capitalizing on the pretending to be Santa.
Okay, yes, I like that. But then the like real life Santa reveal, because every Hallmark movie has a Santa-esque character in that it's just an old white man with a white beard, and he sometimes winks at the camera. Doesn't usually have any lines.
Maybe that's the judge.
I was thinking either the judge or like a jury member, and like at the end when all the jury is like saying how they like voted, like it pans over and it's Santa. And he's like, we find him guilty. and that's it.
Not to retread something from our last movie, but what if the company is called North Pole and it's basically just Amazon?
Ooh.
I like that. I
love a good
Amazon. Bezos, it's like a fake Santa.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. And someone rips off his hat and he's actually bald. He doesn't actually have white hair.
He's bald and he has a fake beard, and it's just a Jeff Bezos
a lookalike
person.
Lex Luthor
who's pretending to be very Santa-y.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
How about the what if he's like a witness to something about like this fake Santa thing? Like he stumbles into this crime world, and so then
what if so this like North Pole company is like a toy company, and they're like Christmas, everyone buy their toys, but they're wildly overpriced, super hard to get, and maybe they're like dangerous in some way. So he like stumbles upon like them loading up a shipping container, and they're like leaking chemicals, and they're like, oh no, this is gonna hurt all the kids.
And so like fake Santa's like, just send them off or something. And
don't talk to me unless there's $signs behind you.
Exactly.
Henchmen, but they're all named after the reindeer.
Oh my god!
That's really
good. Oh, I love that. Okay.
Donner and Blitzen, take care of the toys.
Donna. Wait, he's got to be like a little Godfather-y, because it's Chicago. There's got to be a little mafia. But okay, so I like that a lot. But no, what I was gonna say is like, what if like, so he's a witness, so he has to be part of like the trial, and that's why he met the prosecutor, and that's his love interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so there's a moment where they're gonna have a romance, but then prosecutor person's like, you're a witness. That's gonna be leading the witness. And so they don't, but then they do after trial.
Like the classic romance trope of like, oh, they would so get together right now, except they can't for whatever reason.
They can't, yeah. And so it's like, I'm so sorry, I've got to go.
Just lots of pining and looking at each other and then be like, oh, but I cannot.
I'm so sorry.
They're doing like witness prep and they like almost kiss and like, oh.
And I see like the statue of like Justice holding the scales of justice.
Yes. Okay. I am in love with this. Okay. What kind of like what's like the big toy seller that is like chemically damaged and or dangerous to the kiddos? Because I feel like normally it's like, this is the hot toy this year, and we would see like advertisements of like, hey, this hot toy by North Pole, like get it at your local North Pole store.
Toys, like what are hot toys nowadays? Like stuffed animals.
Yeah, they're like stuffed animals. Or
there's like the Star Kid. I don't want to like retread what Star Kid does for their Christmas, because that's a stuffed animal too.
Yeah, that is. That's a fun one. But real quick, side note, because I was about to say fidget spinners as a joke, but then I remembered I saw this TikTok, and it was like a fidget spinner D20, so that it had like an outer thing and an inner thing, and like whenever you like fidget spun it, it would then land on a number, and it was really cool. I'll send it to you guys later. It was cool.
Not half bad.
It was cool. But yeah, what's like a hot toy that's also somewhat timeless, so that this movie can be played again and again throughout the years?
I'm genuinely so removed from like what kids want.
Yeah. Same. And I am proud of us for that in a lot of ways.
I don't know if it's anything to be like proud or ashamed of.
Well, it's just that none of us have personal relations with kids, and so it'd be weird if we were like really tuned into what kids wanted, you know?
Like, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
Okay. I feel like classic ones I've seen in other Christmas movies, are like dolls, that like, oh, this doll like talks and does like, ooh, it's like a fancy doll kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we could do something like that. We could do like maybe like a little robot or something.
Yeah, I was thinking robot, like a little robot horse, maybe.
Ooh, okay, yeah. It'd be fun for all the horse girls and boys.
But they catch fire.
Yeah. Oh my god, their tails light on fire. I love it. Okay. Ooh. What if it's from this cartoon where like it's a horse and it's like mane and tail do light up. And so they were trying to do that, but then it does actually catch fire if you like do it for too long or too many times. Like it's a fire hazard, the toy itself. Okay, cool. We're selling horsies. So is there like a cool name for this horse? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the advertisement that would be there. Because there's got to be like billboards, there's got to be like commercials, like
instead of like Santa in a sleigh, it's Santa on a horse. Is how
yes, yeah, and it's like it's head of North Pole Santa, with this horse for the advertisements. Okay, I can't think of a good name for a fire horse.
My only idea is glow pony.
I honestly love that. Yeah. Get your glow pony today.
Yeah, I figured that's fine. I was Googling like horse breeds that start with G to try to make it flow better, but yeah, that's fine. This is a Hallmark movie. It
doesn't need a lot of thought.
This is the most thought that's ever been put into a Hallmark movie.
Honestly. Okay. What is like the big like sort of betrayal moment between our main love interests? Because that's another classic Hallmark movie moment, is when you think, wow, they're just not gonna end up together.
Maybe you can probably come up with a better one than me. My idea, because I was trying to loop Christmas back into it, is maybe at some point the prosecutor like gives him a gift and he's like, I hate Christmas, how dare you? But it's actually something very sweet and not Christmas related, and when he eventually gets around to unwrapping it.
That's a great idea. I actually no, like that's perfect. It's like wrapped. Okay, what idea? Sometime before, when they're just chatting, like before one of the trial days or whatever, he's like, I'm just not a big fan of Christmas. And the prosecutors were like, really? Like everyone likes Christmas. And then our little farm boy is like, not me. Sometimes I wish instead of Christmas, I could just do this thing. And then they get him like, if he's like, I don't know, like go to like a beach or something. And instead of a snow globe, they get him like one that's just at the beach with glitter instead of like your classic snow globe moment with snow. Or like something, I don't know, but something to represent like, here you go. Like I listened.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't like it. And he throws on the ground, and then you have a slow-mo shot
of all the glitter.
The snow globe breaking.
And you know that glitter will never leave the court. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think like something like that though. I do like the idea of just not opening it until later, and then he's like, "Oh, it wasn't a mean thing." Yeah, that's fair. Okay. He's got to race through the Kris Kringle market to find prosecutor person, and like we've got to have that scene kind of akin to the airport scene, but just a Christmas market.
So here's what I think. Very horse centric. So around Chicago, sometimes they have like the horse-drawn carriages.
Yeah.
Like Donner and Blitzen, two of the bad guys, are running off, and he's got to go after them. So he goes up to the carriage, gets one of the horses, gets on its back, and is running down the streets on a horse.
I like that.
It's a very expensive Hallmark movie.
Sure. That's fine.
This is where all the budget went.
Yeah, just this one scene. Okay, so I love that so much. What happens is that like maybe how they like befriend each other again, or like get back onto speaking terms, like because I feel like there's got to be that like blow up moment of like, how dare you I don't like Christmas, I hate Christmas. And then he's like, got these thugs for you, or like, yeah, like what brings them back together?
Maybe he's like chasing the thugs through the city on horseback. I don't know if the thugs are like destroying evidence or something. Like he's got to get them, and then they're like running through the Kris Kringle market, and he's horse riding through the market. People are jumping out of the way, and then someone, I'm thinking Santa again, because we can just have Santa characters all over the place. Santa trips the thugs, and so he like gets them.
A wink,
lassos them maybe while they're on the ground, and then prosecutors, they're like, "Oh my God, you saved the case." He's like, "I was wrong about you. I finally opened the gift, and I'm sorry for reacting the way I did."
Right? Yeah.
And they make up. And then make out.
Classic. I love that. Yeah, I think that should be like intercut with the final scene of like the trial. Where like during closing arguments, and then like
do like an anime flashback scene and well,
because like not all the witnesses need to be there during closing arguments, right? Like they only
the witness is only there when they talk. And then
yeah. And so like he could be out chasing those thugs while they're like trying to put fake Santa away. And so during closing arguments, and then like we see like before the trial, fake Bezos Santa is like, "Hey, thugs, on Donner, on Blitzen, destroy evidence." And then they, are going and trying to do it. But then like around the corner, Farm Boy hears that, and he's like, "I gotta stop him." And because he was there to like try to make up with prosecutor. Yeah, but he's like, "Oh, gotta stop them." Yeah.
Here's what I was thinking. Tie it in a little bit, but changing it as well.
Yes.
So like, let's say she gives him the snow globe. He doesn't like it. He makes her feel bad. Is upset. Then he like walks down the street, sees some iconic Chicago landmarks in the Christmases. He's like, you know what? Maybe there is something this Christmas.
Maybe there's beauty in
Christmas. He goes to her apartment. Goes, knocks on her door. She's not there. What's going on? Then looks out the window, sees Donner and Blitzen, and they have the prosecutor in the truck. Boom, he's got to go chase after her, gets on horseback. You've got an epic chase.
That's nice. That's
tracks
good.
Him down, gets the girl back, and she's like, "Why'd you come save me?" And then they have this like heart to heart. He's like, "You know what?
That's good. That's good.
Maybe there is something about Christmas."
And then it starts snowing.
Yes.
So they can kiss in the snow.
Yeah.
They crash, he's chasing after the truck, and the truck crashes into the Kris Kringle market. No one gets harmed, but it's full of snow for some reason, or packing peanuts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's
okay.
Really good.
Wait, I think we should have like the trial have been resolved that morning.
Oh,
and then like Donner and Blitzen are trying to like hold the prosecutor ransom or something. I don't know. But that like they're trying to come up with a dumb plan on their own. And then at the end, when they're about to kiss, after she's like, "Why'd you save me?" And he's like, Christmas. Then she can like go in for a kiss, and he can be like, but the trial. And she's like, "It's over."
We won. Thanks to you.
We won. Yeah. Oh my God, thanks to your testimony. Like, you won us the trial. Oh my God. I love this. Okay. Other than that one like Bah Humbug song, what are other classic Christmas hits that need to be sprinkled in throughout this movie? Like, what's our soundtrack looking like? Should it be like not a lot of Christmas songs? Or like anytime a Christmas song starts to play, he stops it somehow. And then...
I was actually just thinking that
okay.
that a Christmas song would start to play, and he'd be like, "No." Like my idea was, it's like a narration, like he's narrating. Okay. You said that like we could have a different person narrating, but I was thinking like
you can have him.
He's narrating, and then you know how Christmas songs just like get stuck in your head, like a song would play and be like, it's in my head again, and then stop it and move on.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah. We can also have some like diegetic ones where like he's like in the first part of the movie where like the Christmas farm is playing Christmas music, and then he like puts on headphones. It's not Christmas music. Yeah.
That could be like the first conversation with the prosecutor of like their office is playing music. It's like, do you guys really have to play this too?
Like, yeah. Oh my God. She's like, I know, I hate it too. It just gets stuck in your head. It's such an earworm. Oh my God. Okay. I think we have like 10 minutes left, but I'm honestly so happy with this.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
We have 8.5 minutes left. I'm stopping the timer because quite frankly, did it. And then Vanessa Hudgens shows up. Don't forget that.
Because it's all part of that shared universe. Whatever you were talking about that one time.
Oh, well, actually, she has like in the Princess Switch, there's a bakery in Chicago that she worked at. So they visit that at one point.
It's like a post-credit scene, like he walks into the bakery and Vanessa Hudgens is there.
Turns around with muffins. Like it's like, "Hey, can we order something?" Sure can. Like
super like Marvel. Have you heard about the Avengers initiative? We've been so good taking down this evil corporation. We want you to do whatever Princess Switch does.
Amazing.
Oh
man. Yeah, I like it. All this time the prosecutor has also been Vanessa Hudgens, and so then when they walk in and they see her bakery, Vanessa Hudgens is like, "There's something familiar about you," and then the credits keep rolling.
That's great.
Alrighty, well,
we have the main dude. Every other character is either Vanessa Hudgens or Santa Claus.
or Jeff Bezos.
Or Jeff Bezos.
The 3 types of characters you need in every film. Alrighty, well, what rained on y'all's parades?
This is gonna be a short one if we end there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to rant for a while. Or we could just keep talking about this movie.
Is there any other like classic Hallmark scenes that have to be in there?
What is Santa's last scene? Does Santa like come and arrest Donner and Blitzen? Or does Santa
can't be a cop. He can be a jury member and someone at the market, but he can't be a cop.
Maybe Santa has like some sort of face-off with North Pole Jeff Bezos.
What if Santa runs like the Kris Kringle market stall that they crash into, and he like clocks them over the head with a candy cane as they're like about to escape because the prosecutor and the main character are too busy making out?
Yeah, I like it. Oh, and then he like leans into the guy and he goes, "Merry Christmas," and then the guy's like, "Merry Christmas." And they feel good about it because he's finally accepted that sometimes Christmas can be merry. Oh, or he goes, "It is, isn't it?" Or something. I don't know. Oh man.
Yeah. I guess what do they do, like an epilogue thing? Like what happens after? Like does he go back to the farm or stay in the city? Do they ever talk about this in Hallmark movies? It just kind of they kiss and then it's end.
It's typically like a little kiss, and then like maybe you show them like around a Christmas tree together. But it's usually that's the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's always room for a Christmas sequel.
Always room for a sequel. Always more evil corporations to take down. Learn the true meaning of other holidays as well.
You have like an Elon Musk one, but instead of a Santa sleigh, it's that boxy car, but red. Alrighty. Yeah. Before we talk about what rain on our parades, then, how about we talk about our least favorite Christmas movies we've ever seen? Do any come to mind for you?
We established, not on this podcast, before we started recording, that I've not seen that many Christmas movies, and really just kind of the classic puppet ones, and then an assortment of others.
Out of those, like I've ate any of them?
I don't think so. So I think I've only really seen the best of the best. They've been vetted for me.
Fair. Were any ones that you just like didn't really care to watch again? Like, or were any of them like just not quite up to snuff? It's a weird phrase.
None that come to mind.
Fair. But you ran.
I feel like Christmas Carol is a little overdone.
Yes.
That was the only one that did come to mind. I was like Christmas Carol, but I haven't seen the live action one, I don't think. Just like the various cartoon renditions.
There's like so many versions of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Jim Carrey version is very strange.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I feel like you could do a lot more with Scrooge.
You could. It's very like, I'm mean. I'm still mean, but I had a childhood. I'm still mean, but Timmy.
Why don't
I'm
you like
still mean and dead.
Do Scrooge with like a modern day person?
That would be interesting.
Movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Past, present, and future.
Definitely fair. I don't know. I think it's a very overdone story in general.
Well, they always just do it with Scrooge.
Yeah, exactly. It's like always the same time period, always like the same vibe, except it's either like Donald Duck or like
England 1880 bad.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But that's fine. I last year tried to watch A California Christmas, which was very much like our main character's parents' story, but somehow worse than others. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of those stories are the same story, but like I don't know what about this one just made it so much worse. Like, just maybe the quality of the writing or something, which it's not that hard to write. We just did it in like 24 minutes. Like,
is this the Disney Channel one?
No, it was on Netflix.
Okay.
And apparently there's a sequel, which like, ew, don't know why they did that.
I vaguely remember a Christmas movie where it's like people from California and they're sad because it never snows in California.
Oh,
and they get like a box that allows them to snow. But because they took that box, there's like a big snowstorm in California and there's no snow for like the rest of the world. I don't remember how they got the box. Santa shows up.
That sounds cool.
That sounds fun, yeah.
That sounds very fun.
Maybe I made this all up, but like I'm pretty sure this is a Disney movie.
No, this one was like, it's stereotypical, like, this guy, but he's like posing as a farmhand to help out this, like, to try to convince the Christmas farm ladies to sell the farm, so that he could build a hotel there. But he ends up falling in love with the farm and the girl, and not trying to do that. But then she realizes that he was trying to betray her. But also, like, her dad died, and so she visits his grave a lot. And her mom is dying. And like, it's just like they were trying to do like too many Hallmark movies at once, I think.
The ultimate Hallmark movie.
Yeah, because like,
plot line in there.
there was also trouble with like her ex-boyfriend, and like stuff like that. It was just like too many plot lines, I guess, is maybe the issue that I had with it. But it was just bad. I don't recommend it. Sorry, Netflix. Again, hire us.
Hey, we just wrote you an amazing movie.
Yeah, we'll do better.
I would honestly find an enjoyable watch.
I would be very excited about our movie. Wait, do we have a name for it? What's like our elevator pitch name?
What are like usual Hallmark movie titles? Like, do they have a similar
blank for Christmas? A Christmas blank. Blank around the holiday. Yeah. General stuff like that.
I don't know. I'm stumped on
Chicago Christmas.
A Chicago Christmas. That's perfect. Yeah.
I really just want the selling point of this movie to be like Chicago.
It's Chicago. I don't know why, but lately I've been getting a lot of ads for states.
Illinois has been pushing it.
Yeah, like most noticeably I've gotten Texas. What?
She's the advisor, or like the tourist advisor for Illinois. Whoever the one lady from Glee is.
Who?
Do you know what her character in Glee is?
She's the like gym teacher.
Is it Sue Sylvester?
Oh, Sue Sylvester?
Yeah, her.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay, Illinois.
You could convince me to go to Illinois.
I don't know if she's from Illinois, but there are a lot of
That's really cool.
ads with her.
Oh, she's from Illinois.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot for Texas. Also, I've been rewatching Desperate Housewives, because it's a great show. And because of that, Hulu thinks that I am a desperate housewife. And so I'm only getting ads targeted towards like 40-year-old women, which is a lot of like, here's how to like connect with your teen on Instagram. Like, here's how to like watch what your teen's watching on Instagram. I got one that was like, you're 45. And I was like, no, I'm not. But like, that's the first line of the ad. It's like, you're 45. Time to check your colon for cancer. And I was like, okay. It's really funny, but also like offensive.
These are ads on Hulu?
Yeah.
I feel like Hulu is spectacularly bad at targeting ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margot, do you know who Mr. Beast is?
Is that what my teenager is watching?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I do know about Mr. Beast. Only in the sense of memes about Mr. Beast. I don't think I've watched one of his videos.
They're very addicting.
That's like, for my teenager to do.
They're all like 15 minutes long, but they pack it in there. Like, it's always boom, boom, boom.
It's always like some crazy thing, and then whoever does it wins money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems very much like here's a bunch of money and
go
win money by doing things.
Sure. Good for them. Yeah.
I think with Chicago Christmas, I think we could get this funded by Illinois.
You think?
Yeah, Illinois.
Because it is like Chicago can like change your mind.
Yeah, I'll call up JB.
You do that, yeah, and like we'll all write it together.
JB, congrats on getting reelected.
Yeah,
I got the pitch for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's got to be in there somewhere. We'll have him have a cameo.
He shows up at the Kris Kringle market.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's like does he light the tree like the president?
Is that for the president?
I'm sure there is a tree. Yeah, doesn't he?
I don't know.
And then
I know
in
the
DC,
president pardons a turkey. The president does a lot of interesting stuff.
They go boop, and then the tree lights up.
Huh.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Maybe we can have good old JB do that for our movie.
He just cameos. He's like Stan Lee.
Exactly. Ooh, we do a series of Chicago holiday movies.
Get all like the Chicago celebrities.
A Chicago Valentine's Day, a Chicago President's Day, a Chicago St. Patty's Day. Like, it's like the new Mary Kate and Ashley
cinematic universe. I was just gonna say, get like all the famous like people from Chicago to just like cameo in the background. Like,
man, we could do it.
All Out Boy's there. I think the guy from Panic! At the Disco is from Chicago too.
Look at them go.
Could be wrong on that one.
Chicago's just popping out pop punk. I know that the guy who played the janitor in Scrubs went to our school. That's kind of cool. It's not Chicago, but it's close.
Winston from New Girl went to my high school.
That's so cool. Are you kidding me?
I don't know how I've never said that before, but yeah, he went to my high school. I remember distinctly he came to visit, and people were very excited. And I was like, "Who is this dude?"
Oh, you fool! You missed your chance. Man, that's cool though.
Oh yeah, Obama's from Chicago.
Oh my god, we should have him make a cameo too. Yeah.
Like it's not like oh my god, it's Obama. It's just like he's just in the background.
No, yeah. Oh, he's just like shopping at the Christmas market or looking at the bean. Like classic Chicago things to do. Oh my gosh.
Brennan Urie is not from Chicago. I was wrong about that.
Redacted.
All boy is though, so I was at least right on that.
We could have Sue Sylvester be like the person who lets people up into the Sears Tower, or doesn't if it's too windy, I guess. I
think you missed out on that.
Well, maybe whenever we're filming this movie, I can go up there. Alrighty. What rained on y'all's parades? Because now we're closer to time.
I've been mostly uneventful, but if Margot leaves all my sniffles in, I've been sick.
I was considering, because before we started recording, both of y'all were just coughing up a storm. So I was like, should we intro and say that y'all are like dry throated right now?
I've been ensuring that I do not cough during the recording. I have water on hand, tissues nearby, but I haven't needed them yet.
You don't need tea and honey. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's around that time though. Yeah. It's cold season.
But that's really been it. I mean, and it didn't really like impact. Like I said, wasn't super stressed about finals, so I didn't really need to like buckle down and study like crazy last week when I was sick. So it's pretty much gone now.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I do have one other thing, which is that my textbooks are due to be returned in the middle of finals, which has never happened before. I don't think, at least, that I've had to return them before the semester is over. So now I have to track down, and I don't have a box. This is a reoccurring situation. I somehow never have a cardboard box for these things. I don't know what happens to the box that was sent in, and it's gone.
I feel like literally just a few weeks ago you said I have so many cardboard boxes.
So I do have cardboard boxes, but cardboard boxes that are either too big or too small. Like I have a bunch of gifts I recently purchased for my girlfriend, but they're relatively like smaller size.
You need a Goldilocks box.
And then I have like this massive box. My PlayStation 5 came in, which is far too big because the PlayStation 5 is massive.
You need to
and I have a box my TV came in, which has also been here for like a year.
You should like really stuff it with like tissue paper. Like pack that book in there.
I used to have stuff I saved like the pack in, but now I've used that, so I don't even have that. Okay. Apparently UPS does it for you, allegedly, or maybe I can pay them
to do it.
That sounds like a thing a company should offer me.
Yeah.
Fair. I got a rant.
All right.
Google screwed me over. In that they updated Google Chrome.
Oh.
And when they did that, it cleared my cache. And I use Pixlr, which is like a website that it's essentially like a website version of Photoshop. And it's wonderful. I love it so much. It's got all the great tools and it's free, which we also love. But if you ever clear your cache without saving things beforehand, it deletes all of your projects. And so I had months worth of like art that I'd been working on, of like that I just always like update and like download our like YouTube thumbnails on there. So I had to like redesign that. I had to like I lost all that art. Like it's all just gone.
Dang.
Which is a bummer. And so I am mad at Google Chrome right now. I don't care what your update was. It was mean. I don't know what it was. I haven't noticed anything different other than betrayal.
Another side rant. I don't understand how Google Chrome is so popular. Like, yeah, it's great and it works well. I don't know how it got to be like number one, because it's number one by a lot. Like, 80% of everyone uses it.
Fair.
But it uses so much RAM. It's very like hard on the computer, because especially like most cheaper laptops don't have a lot of RAM, and like I've been playing Overwatch lately. I guess this can be my rant. I keep getting kicked out of Overwatch because my computer keeps overloading on RAM because, well, one, Overwatch is not very good.
Sure.
It's not very optimized. So I can't have Chrome and Overwatch open at the same time because I'm using up too much RAM, and I have a lot of RAM in my computer.
Yeah, you've like built your own, right? Like it's like...
Yeah. So maybe I'm more upset with Overwatch.
It's a toss-up who you're mad at.
Lost offenders.
Fair enough.
I have not noticed that, but my computer has been fritzing like crazy lately. So maybe I should cut down on using Chrome. I often use Firefox for school anyways. So.
Oh, interesting.
If you look at Task Manager and memory, it uses a lot of memory, which is your RAM.
What does RAM stand for?
Random access memory. Like Daft Punk.
That's hilarious to me. I gotta be honest. The fact that is like a legitimate acronym and the first word is like random in it, which does not seem incredibly scientific, other than the fact that it totally is a scientific word. Like you could have random chance or whatever. But like, I don't know. I just did not expect the first word to be random.
I was going to make up one before Ryan said it. And my R was going to be regular.
Oh, see, yeah, that would make more sense.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. Which is like the complete opposite. But fair enough.
There's a lot of interesting acronyms with computers. There's also the BRAM, which is the buffer random access memory. DRAM, direct random access memory.
Why do you need
EEPROM,
buffers and directs?
I forget what EEPROM stands for. Something also with memory.
Bet the M stands for memory.
Speaking of computers and big corporations.
Yes,
I was going to complain about Microsoft.
Read-only memory. Sorry, Adam.
No, I needed that because otherwise I would have been like, but what does it stand for?
But what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Wait, so what about companies?
Just briefly, Teams is the bane of my existence.
Tell me more.
Teams has the habit of popping up and turning itself on randomly and then crashing for me.
What is Teams?
I don't really know how to explain.
I didn't think that would be a hard question.
It's like a file sharing service.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you have like groups
service.
And like video chatting. Like it's really for.
Is it kind of like
businesses.
Slack?
Like Discord, but business. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like I feel like Slack is more the Discord for business, but
that's
in that same vein, like you have groups and you can send files to each other and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on board now. I understand.
But yeah, for some reason, I don't know why. Well, one, it boots up every time I load my computer, and I've told it to stop, and it still does it.
I do that with Steam and Spotify all the time, and they never listen.
I also can't disable Discord from doing that.
Really?
I went to the settings, and it lists like all the things that can start up on launch, and you can disable them, and Discord's just not an option. But it starts on launch every single time I open my computer.
Weird.
Or after it's been shut down. We had a whole discussion on how I never shut down my computer, that it wasn't recorded. But now I've done it frequently because my computer was breaking.
Fair.
So it needed a bunch of resets.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well.
But I imagine Teams uses a lot of RAM too, because it feels like a computer slows down every single time it opens.
I hope Netflix uses their RAM to hire us and make a movie. Chicago pays for it. That's my Christmas wish list.
And check us out on social media. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We have a website.
Yeah.
We have an email.
Email us.
Hey,
what is your Christmas movie idea? Let us know.
It'll be gone by now. I had to make sure that was right in my mind. By the time that people are listening to this, but not by the time I'm saying this to you two right now. The question that I posted on last week's podcast or this week's podcast for recording, time is weird. Sorry. Is the giving tree about toxic like relationships or about selflessness?
What about the environment?
No, not that interpretation.
That's not an allowed interpretation.
That's not the ones I'm asking about.
I definitely interpret it as an environment thing. But if that's not an option.
No.
Toxic masculinity.
No. You don't understand. Strictly using it as a metaphor for people, not about the environment. Is it a book about like, hey, like learn how to like give to others and like care about others, or is it a book about a warning for like toxic relationships and like people pleasing attitudes?
I feel like it's like a passage of time.
Right, that's not one of the options.
I don't feel like it's either of those things.
It's an A or B question.
I think C, none of the
above. I'm writing in my own answer.
Okay, well, email us if you have a different answer. Have a sunny Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.